All right, welcome back. So in this video, we're going to learn how we can miss class or do the class fully online and still get credit for the class, and how to complete those in-class sessions online. So what you're going to do, and week one, again, we're fully online, so nothing is going to change there. But for week two, you're going to see this folder here. You're going to open it up, and then what you're going to see is this in-class lecture session here. So I have the task kind of explained to you so you know what's expected of you. I'm going to explain it in this video so you don't have to read this every single time. But basically what this is this is an assignment, and every Monday when class is done at about 6 p.m. I'm going to post the video right here, and then you will see a 70-minute video that you're going to watch, and you're going to take notes and follow along with the class. I'm going to teach you how to do that right now. If you attend class in person every single time, these are going to be assignments that are going to be due, but you don't have to do them, because what I'm going to do is I'm going to take attendance in class, and then you're going to get credit for this when you arrive in class. So somewhere on your end, you're going to have a to-do list with the assignments that are due. For some students, that really bothers them, that this thing, even if I enter your grade in, it won't mark it as completed for you. So in that case, if that bothers you, what you can do is you can just click on the assignment, open it up, and then you can just say attended class, right? And then that way it'll go away for you, and then I'll already have the grade in, and then we're all good. So, however, if you are taking the class online, or you have to take a day where you need to do the class online, this is where you will submit your notes for that class. And again, there's lots of ways you can do that, in your notebook or in Word, or however you want to go ahead and do that. So again, the video will be posted here. You turn that video on, and then you just follow along as if you were in class, taking notes, completing the activities that we do, and so on. So Thursday's class, Wednesday's class, which will be due Thursday evening if you miss class, that will be posted here. And again, that video will be posted here Wednesday at 6 p.m. and then you will just upload it. And on the bottom here, you see the rubric, but I'm going to go over this rubric right now. So let's hop over here. Let's, full screen this. All right, so here we are. So how do you complete the class if you're doing it online? So the first part of the rubric is you need to take 2.5 pages of notes. And the reason I have 2.5 pages is because that's about, you can take more depending on how you write, but that's about how much material we're going to cover. And then that way I can ensure that you are completing the entire class. So I'm going to grade some of these examples below to kind of show you. But make sure you take 2.5 pages of notes, activities. I've had a few students who try to put big spaces and increase their font really large in order to get a fake 2.5 pages. If you're doing that, I will take points away for doing that. So just be aware, it needs to be a legit 2.5 pages. All right, next is you need to ask one question during the lecture that you have, at least one. You can ask multiple. Let me scroll down here, and I have an example of one student's notes and some of her questions. So here during the lecture, she was just going along, and a question arose. So she wrote down the question, and then she starred it. You can highlight it, you can star it, you can write it in different colors, you can put it at the end of your notes. However you want to do it so I can kind of pick it out amongst all your notes. And then I will answer the question for you in the comments section. Here's another question they had. And there you go. So just like that, boom. And then I'll get back to you in the comments section of your grading, and then you can see what I at least think about your questions. So, all right. So that is worth 5 points. And then we have 20 points right here. Complete all in-class discussions, activities, and free writings. So in class, I really think the in-class experience, is a good experience, because we're going to have lots of in-class discussions, and there's going to be lots of talking, and it should be pretty lively. So when we have those in-class discussions, when you're at home taking your notes online, you need to write your thoughts during that discussion and for the duration of the discussion, right? Sometimes we'll have like a 2-minute discussion with their classmates, right? And then you just I'll see students write like one sentence. Well, you're going to lose points for that. So make sure you write during the entire discussion what your thoughts are. Next, we're going to have different activities in class. Make sure you complete those in your notebooks, right? We're going to be like, when we get to nutrition, we're going to be looking up different labels and stuff, and make sure you complete those activities in your notes. Otherwise, you will lose points if I don't see those. And then we're also going to be doing some free writing. So what free writing is just kind of writing your thoughts on the paper. You're not worried about spelling. You're not worried about grammar, sentence structure, any of that lame stuff. All you're doing is you're just writing your thoughts and getting them out there, because if we write our thoughts, it helps us organize them a little bit. So we're going to be doing a lot of that in class. And here you actually see an example of free writing, right? So with these discussions and with these free writings, sometimes you're going to be writing about things that you don't feel comfortable sharing with me. And that's okay, right? I want you to actually write what you're actually thinking during these and what you actually need to be thinking about. So what you can do in those situations is I want you to have some privacy. And so if you're doing this on Word, you can black out the text, right? So there's a little highlighter that you can do, and you can black out the text so that I can't read it. So some students, they'll black out like an entire section, or you can scribble it out if you don't want to read it later. Whatever you want to do, right? If you're writing this in your notebook, you can just take a piece of paper or some note cards or something, and you can just cover up that section. What you need to do if you're going to keep something private is you're going to have a headline here. So I know that you did it, and then you can put that little note card or whatever over your writing section. That way I know you write it, and then I see your notes continue below that. But that'll just help you be able to actually be honest with yourself in this class, and honesty is very important in this class, and still retain your privacy here, especially when you're doing it online. When you're doing this class in person, you're going to be writing these things in your notebook anyways, and you're not going to turn your notebook in, right? So then that way you will still have your privacy. So yeah, so it goes for discussions and for free writings. Also, I will be grading these anonymously. So, you're going to have to trust me on that one, but I don't really care what you write. Students share all kinds of crazy stuff with me, and I'll be grading anonymously anyways. So if this is a hassle for you and you don't really care, don't worry about it. I'll be grading anonymously. So what we're going to do now is, this is some notes that a student took, and this is all the notes they took. We're going to actually grade this so you can see what I'm looking for. So this was their entire page of notes. It was just less than 1 page, and so they're going to get 10 points for it, for taking 1 page notes, but they're going to lose 15 points because 2.5 pages is worth 25 points. So they lost 15 points right there. You will also see they did not ask a question from the lecture. And so the way I want you to do this is, as you're listening to the lecture, a question comes up, go ahead and write it down, right, wherever it is, and then highlight it, start, so I see it, but no question. So we're minus 5 points. All right, and then now we're looking at discussions, activities, and free writing. So they did 1 free writing activity, but they didn't do any of the discussions. And they actually skipped some in-class activities here. So I'm probably going to give them 50% credit. So we're going another 10 points off there. So if we add this up, we're looking at minus 30. So they're getting 20 out of 50. Each, if you attend class, you get 50 points. When you submit your notes and you complete and you meet all these, you also get 50 points. So they're going to get 40% for this. So that is not a very good grade. So we want to make sure that we're honestly taking these notes. A lot of students will try and skip stuff because they don't want to sit there for a 70-minute video. I generally tend to be able to notice those things, and you will lose points for that type of behavior. So now let's look at some good notes here. So this student, they actually did 2.5 pages, right? So that's all good. They had 2 questions, so still get 5 points, but I will answer these questions in the comments. And they completed all the discussions and all the free writing. I only posted 1 picture here. So this student is going to get 50 out of 50. And this is how you actually want to do your notes. And so you can do it in your notebook, in a Word document, however you want to do it. All right, well, I think I've went on long enough. That is how you complete this class online, fully online, or if you just miss a day, that's how you're going to do it. I will see you in the next video.